And whenever I got the call from my boss at the time, he told me the company sold and everybody got laid off. I drove the van to Denver to go hang out with some friends, and after a few days I woke up at like 3 in the morning and I had this urge to just bike across the country. I biked from Denver to Austin, which was a 1,000-mile trek that I did in 12 days. And I used every moment of that 12-day trip to plan out my life. I've designed this life, and I've designed it with skateboarding at the center. My first memory on a skateboard was I bought that skateboard at Toys R Us. So I'd saved up like all summer. I had like $21 and I was saving up for a new pair of skates. And my friend that I had been hanging out with convinced me to buy a skateboard. And then after 2 weeks, I learned how to ollie over a 4x4 in my friend's driveway. And immediately I skated home and told my mom, I'm gonna skateboard forever. And I still feel that way. Every major decision that I've made from age 11 till now has been with skateboarding at the focal point. It's important that my life is designed to minimize time's constraint. Every moment in my life where I haven't actively been paying attention to time, I was living within the moment and fully immersed and enjoying the experience. My inspiration comes from all over the place. Most of the people that I end up becoming friends with are the ones that I can relate the most with because they're skateboarders, because they understand what it's like to get the shit knocked out of you and then get up and do it again and then make yourself forget that you just got the shit kicked out of you. You know, there's not many people that can relate to that. There's a special person that is able to do that, and I tend to gravitate towards them. Anytime things go wrong in my life, like skateboarding is what rights me. And whenever I think of like my highest self, the best version of myself, it's hard to describe that person without skateboarding. Gotten to a point where it was so fun because kind of whatever I imagined in my head was working on the skateboard. It was really working. And then things kind of came to like a screeching halt. I started having this like crazy knee pain in both of my knees. And then it got to a point where I needed to have surgery. The doctor told me it was like a 6-month recovery time. Well, fast forward, ended up being 2.5 years and another surgery. And I had 3 knee specialists tell me, like, I'll never skate again. That led me to like a really low point in my life. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know what to do to get myself out of this like depressed hole. It made me start like experiencing life. And I was like, oh wow, there's a whole world out there, dude. It's not just this little, funny bubble. And then that kind of got me back like into the mindset of like, okay, well, I can progress. Like I couldn't skate like I used to, but I told myself I could still roll. At the time, I borrowed my friend Ronnie's skateboard and I went to the skate park. I started rolling around, and dude, I was terrible. But at the same time, it gave me a fuel. It like being around these people, it felt good because I was skating again. Like maybe I can't progress at a stair, but maybe I can progress rolling a little faster or grinding on this thing that I don't have to ollie into, grinding a little longer. Then it went right back to the self-progression. If you're getting better, it's hard to be upset if you're getting better every day. Whenever I was like a little kid, I always said, I want to have a skateboard under my feet for my job or have a skateboard in my hands for my job. Barousse works is handmade furniture and art made from recycled skateboards. Every day that I walk into my shop, I know that as soon as I get to work, I'm gonna forget about time. It evaporates and it becomes not real. And the only thing that becomes real is the piece that I'm working on. And me putting my energy into that to try to take what's in my head and make it a reality. Barousse Works couldn't exist without a community of skateboarders helping me. I couldn't even have a steady supply of skateboards if it wasn't for building relationships with these guys. I'm able to now save skateboards from ending up in the trash. And sometimes I make artwork that goes in those skate shops. So it's important for me to give back. When I picked up a skateboard, I know what it did for me. So I'm like, yo, how can I do this for even one kid?
Hey guys, it's Daniel Barousse, and I'm really excited to announce the next detail for my upcoming bike ride fundraiser, the Heart of Texas Tour. So the overall goal for me on this ride is to raise $45,000 to give 1,000 complete skateboards away to kids all over Texas for free.
My whole motivation is to give a kid the same feeling that skateboarding gave me, which was the feeling of self-empowerment, the feeling of not caring about what anybody thought of you. If I'm able to give this feeling to even one kid, then my mission here is done. Not being bound by time was a wisdom learned from experiences in my life. As I've gotten older, I just want to be free, dude. Like, as free as possible and do whatever I want without hurting a soul. I'll, do everything. I'll skate, bike, work out, go to work, make stuff, and then I get home and immediately I'll be relaxed and quiet at the end of the day, and my brain is thinking about skateboarding, riding my bike, making stuff out of skateboards, and how can I do as much good as possible through those avenues.